Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Yashodanandana Vrachachana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrachachana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So, welcome everybody. Nice to see so many arrived devotees in Golokadam. We are ready today from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, verse 28. We are now in the story of the Prachetas. Prachetas were, I think, 100 sons of King Prashinaparishat. They were once walking, looking to go and make some austerities. Actually, they had received the order from their father that they should marry, and they understood before marrying we need to prepare ourselves. We cannot just do it so easily. We need to do some austerity so then we can be good fathers in the future. So they were walking, looking for a good place for them. They arrived to a beautiful place where there was a lake, which was clear as the mind of the devotees. And there Lord Shiva appeared in front of them, gave them a mantra, or actually a long prayer, teach them this prayer, and then the Prachetas started to enter very deep into the recitation and meditation on that prayer. In the meantime, their father had quite some happenings. He was meeting with Narada Muni, who was giving him quite of a deep teaching with all the story of Puranjana. That's like few chapters in Srimad Bhagavatam. And after the entire story of King Puranjana, we find ourselves again with the Prachetas who are doing their austerities. And now Lord Vishnu has appeared to them, and they are actually speaking to the Lord, which is there in front of them. So this is where we are today in this verse. Oh, I need the Bhagavatam. It's just like such a fence here. Yeah, Valentina was the fastest. So we'll just read first word by word translation so that we can memorize one of two or three of the words of the verse so that when we sing we get a better glimpse of what we are chanting. Etavat, thus, Tvam, your lordship, he, certainly, Vibhubi, by expansion, Bhavyam, to be conceived, Dineshu, unto the humble devotees, Vatsalai, compassionate, Yat, which, Anusmaryate, is always remembered, Kale, in due course of time, Svabudya, by one's devotional service, Abhadra, sorry, it's a longer one, Abhadrarandana, O killer of all inauspiciousness. Etavat tvam hi vibhubir, etavat tvam hi vibhudir, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai, Yat anusmaryate kale, Yat anusmaryate kale, Svabhutya bhadra randana, Svabhutya bhadra randana, Etat tvam hi vibhubir, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai, Yat anusmaryate kale, Svabhutya bhadra randana. Please.
Etavatvam hi vibhuti, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai, Yat anusmaryate kale,
Svabhutya bhadra randana. Another prabhu. Tatvam hi vibhubir, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai, Yadanusmaryate kale, Svabhutya bhadra randana. Tatvam hi vibhubir, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai, Anusmaryate kale, Svabhutya bhadra randana. Matajis?
Etavatvam hi vibhubir,
Tatatvam vibhubir, Bhavyam dineshu vatsalai,
Yadanus Mariate Kale,
Sabudya Bhadravadandana.
Savudya Badrarandana,
Etavam Vahi Vipumir.
Tatvam Vivivubir,
Havyam Dineshu Vatsalai.
Avyam Dineshu Vatsalai,
Yat Anus Mariate Kale.
Yat Anus Mariate Kale,
Sabudyam Bhadrachrandhana.
Savudya Badrarandana.
Thank you. Translation and purport by the founder Acharya of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Dear Lord, so we can imagine we are one of the prachetas, we are also there into the water, we also did austerity, and now we are in front of the Lord and addressing those prayers. Dear Lord, you are the killer of all inauspicious things. You are compassionate upon your poor devotees through the expansion of your Acha Vigraha. You should certainly think of us as your eternal servant. Purport. Actually, it's such a nice verse. Maybe we can repeat together. Please repeat after me. Dear Lord, you are the killer of all auspicious things. You are compassionate upon your poor devotees. How? Through the expansion of your Asha Vigraha. You should certainly think. I did not cut it right here. You should certainly think of us as your eternal servant. Purport. The form of the Lord known as Acha Vigraha is an expansion of His unlimited potencies. When the Lord is gradually satisfied with the service of a devotee, in due course of time, He accepts the devotee as one of His many unalloyed servants. By nature, the Lord is very compassionate. Therefore, the service of neophyte devotees is accepted by the Lord as conferred in Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachyati tadaham bhaktya uparitam asnami prayatatmanaha. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruits or water, I will accept it. The devotee offer eatable in the form of vegetables, fruits, leaves and water to the Acha Vigraha. The Lord, being Bhaktavatsala, compassionate upon His devotees, accepts those offerings. Atheists may think that the devotees are engaged in idol worship, but the fact is different. Janardana, the Supreme Lord, accepts bhava, the attitude of service. The neophyte devotee engaged in the worship of the Lord may not understand the value of such worship, but the Supreme Lord, being Bhaktavatsala, accepts his devotees and in due course of time takes him home. In this connection, there is a story about a Brahmana who was offering sweet rice to the Lord within his mind. The Brahmana has no money, nor any means of worshipping the deity, but within his mind he arranged everything nicely. He had gold pots to bring water from the sacred rivers to wash the deity, and he offered the deity very sumptuous food, including sweet rice. Once before he offered the sweet rice, he thought that it was too hot, and he thought, "Oh, let me test it. Oh, let me test it. It is very hot." I think he has a mistake of... let me testing to see if it's very hot. When he put his finger in the sweet rice to test it, his finger was burned and his meditation broken. Although he was offering food to the Lord within his mind, the Lord accepted it nonetheless. Consequently, the Lord in Vaikuntha immediately sent a chariot to bring the Brahmana back home, back to Godhead. Thus it is the duty of every sincere devotee to accept the Archa Vigraha at home or in the temple and worship the form of the Lord as advised in authorized scriptures and directed by the spiritual master. The verse one more time. Dear Lord, you are the killer of all inauspicious things. You are compassionate upon your poor devotees through the expansion of your Archa Vigraha. You should certainly think of us as your eternal servant. Please pray with me. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jayatam Surato Pangor Mamamanda Matergati Matsarvasva Padambujo Radha Madana Mohano Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Hare Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. First, I like to ask, you are actually killing all auspiciousness. Sometimes we could say just removing will be good enough, but the word used here is killing, like really destroying all auspiciousness. And then they glorify the Lord as being very compassionate. And they said, compassionate to whom? To the poor devotees, to all of us, by appearing as the Archa Vigraha, by appearing to us in the form of the deity form. And then they end the verse by saying, you should certainly think of us as your eternal servant. So this shows that when one person is there as the understanding of who the Lord is, then it's automatic that the person will be a servant of the Lord. When we can understand the qualities of the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord, when we can understand who the Lord is, the personality of the Lord, it's just automatic. We will be identified as the servant. It's just we cannot, unless we are demon by nature, then it might be different. But for us, devotees, as soon as we get in touch with the quality, pastimes of the Lord, it will be a natural byproduct that we will feel ourselves being the servant of the Lord. And I think many of you have the experience of doing service and sometimes not feeling connected and not feeling much ananda, much happiness in the service that we do, because the understanding of the personality of the Lord is not deep enough, is not realized enough in our hearts, so it's disconnected. But here we see how the Prachetas, they had this full understanding. Obviously they were in front of the Lord, so it makes it a little bit easier, but they had this full understanding of who the Lord is and what his qualities are. So in the purport, Prabhupada do not speak much about the killing of the inauspiciousness, but Prabhupada developed on the quality of the Lord of being compassionate, which is here Prabhupada translate into word by word Bhaktavatsala. He's translating that as compassionate, and it's actually the kapha very, very sweet. especially when you are in Vrindavan and you see the calf, it's really heart melting. So Bhakta Vatsala means the word is Bhakta. There is a very, very affectionate relationship. The Lord love his Bhakta very, very dearly. And it's also nice to notice that in the scriptures, value the quality of this service, or to value the importance of that service, or to value Krishna in the form of the deity. But the Lord is so compassionate, he will anyway come and accept the service of his neophyte devotees. So that's how Prabhupada described this quality of being compassionate. And Prabhupada makes also the point of, he is bringing the verse Patram Pushpam Pholam Toyam, that the devotee is offering whatever he's doing with love. I was reading, I could not find the quote anymore. I'm at the moment studying in this Mana Shiksha book, which is very, very beautiful research work from Raghunath Das Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and contemporary devotees like Bhaktivigyan Maharaj, Sachinandana Swami, Shivaram Swami giving commentary. And there was a place where I can just quote like this by memory, where it was saying, you offer a flower, yes, but also your love. You offer food, yes, but also your love. In everything external that you offer to the Lord, you also have to offer the Lord. Don't just your love. Don't just offer the external items. Remember, anything you offer, your love, your bhava should be brought into it. And Prabhupada speaks also about this bhava, these loving feelings that one should bring into the offering that we are doing to the Lord. I don't remember, I think in Hindi, when we see Prabhupada's books, Krishna consciousness is translated as Krishna Bhavanamrita. Is that correct? Someone was mentioning where Prabhupada used this word of bhava, this word of feelings toward the Lord. And this is something that we are trying to awake in our Krishna consciousness, some type of feelings. And for that we need to know the Lord. We need to have this relationship, a deeper relationship with Him, so that the feelings are awakening in a more easy way. There is this very famous story of Duryodhana who wanted to bribe Krishna. He wanted to get Krishna on his side when there was this fight between the Kaurava and the Pandavas, where he prepared palace, he even asked Dushashan to leave the best of the palace so that Krishna will go in this palace. He organized the most amazing feast with the best cook of the country for Krishna to be hosted by him, and that Krishna will eventually go on his side. And then Krishna did not go. Krishna went instead in the house of Vidura, who was extremely poor and did not anything, and he went there. And I think we all know the story. Vidura was just in such ecstasy that he had only bananas at home, and he was offering the peels of the banana to Krishna, and Krishna saw it with so much love and devotion, and he accepted the banana peels. So that's a very nice example that Krishna is actually interested only about love. But then the next day, Duryodhana met with Lord Krishna and said, "Why you did not come? I love you. Everything was done for you. We prepared. We thought of you. We prepared everything. Why you did not come here?" And Lord Krishna said, "You hate those I love. You hate the Pandavas, you are against the Pandavas, and I love them. So that means there is no love toward me. You cannot have any love toward me. You are trying to bribe me. Therefore, I don't want to accept anything from you, because I know it's crooked. I know it's cheating. I know you don't love me." And that brings a little side point from the lecture, that how much Krishna loves his devotees, and how much useless will be our offerings if we are actually not learning to interact very lovingly and very nicely with all the Vaishnavas. Prabhupada later brings this beautiful example of the Brahmana who wanted to offer in his mind and did it with so much love that first of all it got burned. He was in meditation, but he was fully there, and then the Lord just brought him back. And Prabhupada writes this, it's even for the neophyte, even if he worship without understanding of the values of what he's doing, the Lord will accept him and take him back home in due course of time. That was actually in the purport. So that's what I can take from the text and from the purport. I think we are in front of a great festival. And one question that can arise is how will we get more to know Krishna? How will we get closer to know Krishna so that naturally this desire and feeling of service toward Krishna will be awakened? What is our plan for this festival? What will we do in this festival that will bring us a deeper understanding of Krishna so that we'll naturally feel serving him? What is your suggestion? What is your plan to know Krishna more deeply during this festival? Now it's your turn. Huh? I'm not going. Yeah, Mani Manjari, what will you do?
Come closer to his devotees.
Come closer to his devotees?
Serving them and somehow interact with them.
Okay. Chant more with deeper feelings, okay?
To hear from devotees about Krishna.
Okay, good. Bhagavatama.
Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur recommends that during the days of Ekadashi and festivals, one should throw himself into serving devotees and serving the deity. And the best service you can do is to chant and hear. It's rapt attention, which then will reveal the Lord to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So this is from Harinam Chintamani.
Thank you.
During festival, just throw yourself into service.
Okay, great. And I think this, I bring from your point, my feeling was to actually hear very carefully. It's by actually Shravanam, by hearing about Krishna, that the relationship is getting deeper. We know the story of Rukmini, who did not even saw Krishna, but just by hearing from Narada Muni, she just get totally attracted and just wanted to marry only Krishna. But how is to which extent should our hearing quality be? I think we all have heard of different stage. The first stage is actually Shravanam, to hear, but then we have to actually bring it in a much deeper level, with manana, that we actually reflect on it, that we remember what we have heard, and then it becomes realized, and then we apply nididhyasan, or we tell it to some other devotees. This is actually something that will make what we hear in a very powerful way. Yesterday we had a Skype conference with our preaching team. We have a small preaching team in Golokadam, and we had a Skype conference with Shubha Vilas Prabhu from India, and he's an expert preacher, so we were getting some coaching from him in our preaching service. And it was interesting, one devotee asked about follow-up. How do we do follow-up? We meet people and then we try to follow up with them. How do we do that? Sometimes I call them and I ask, how are you? And they say good. And then I don't know what to say more. And how do you do the follow-up? And Shubha Vilas Prabhu said something very interesting. He said, you should have at least 10 to 20 wisdom points to give to people. You should have, in your heart, you should have 10 to 20 wisdom points that you are ready and able to share with other people when you met. He said, obviously, those people might have been in one of the lectures before, so you can refer to some points of that lecture and discuss with them. But I found, wow, this is so often, even while meeting with devotees, we don't have anything like really special to share. And here he was saying 10 to 20 wisdom points that you have to imbibe into yourself and share with others. And I notice for that you need to go deep. For that you cannot just hear and forget. That means you have to remember, you have to think deeply of how that applies. And yesterday morning, even though the time is quite short, yesterday morning I just took Srimati Mataji from Vrindavan wrote a beautiful book about Krishna's quality, Krishna's pastimes, and she make them like a very small paragraph, very small place. So I read a little bit, and there was the pastimes of Kaliya, and especially the moment when Krishna jumped into the water of Kaliya. First of all, the first reaction of Kaliya was, who dares? This is my place. This is the place where I live. Who dares coming into my area? And I think very often we might find ourselves into the mood of Kaliya. Who dares to touch my belongings? Who dare to step on my platform? Anyway, then he came and he saw Krishna, and Krishna was very powerfully swimming in the water or playing in the water. And there also, if one contemplate or try to get it deeper, we can imagine how was Krishna playing powerfully in the water? Was he swimming backward? Or how was he? We can contemplate. We can think deeper. How does it look? How was he looking in the eyes of Kaliya? And then there is more this description that in the eyes of Kaliya, Krishna had a body like a cloud, darkish cloud, and his feet resemble lotuses. So Kaliya might have looked for a while in the feet and thought, is that lotuses? No, it's feet. Very similar than lotuses. I just the point I want to make is when we read something from the Shastra, that we actually try to remember, try to go deeper, try to feel the feeling, for example, of the Brijbasis, who were seeing that scene a little bit later. We hear for the Brijbasis was not at all easy because they saw Krishna in the coils of Kaliya. So many emotions. So the point I want to say is, in anything we hear, and this weekend we will hear a lot, and there will be really first class Krishna Katha given. The important is that we go deep into it. We try to reflect, we try to think, and then naturally this relationship with Krishna will be established, and then naturally we feel, let me serve, let me now serve more, let me serve the deities, let me serve the Vaishnavas. I would also recommend very, very strongly the relationship with Radha Madan Mohan, who are extremely potent and extremely alive, and also this relationship with the deities that you can, because this is described here in this verse, the Pracheta saying, this is your compassionate feelings toward your devotees. You are Bhaktavatsala because you appear to all of them in this form of the deities. You have appeared as Radha Madan Mohan for all the devotees who are here in front of you. There is, I want to end the lecture with some stories related to deities and actually related to Radha Madan Mohan. There is something very similar that one of the story when there was the Muslim ruler that was coming close to Vrindavan. The Muslim people were at that time destroying temple and destroying deities, so they were trying to hide the deities in different. And the Muslims were coming closer to Vrindavan, so the deities of Radha Madan Mohan was brought to Jaipur, and there the deity was under the care of the king. And who was the pujari? Usually in India you don't have lady doing pujari service, this is reserved for men, but at that time the daughter of the king was taking care of Madan Mohan. Now in due course of time the daughter of the king got married. Her father made a marriage arrangement to the king of another small province close by, the province of Karoli, and then the queen had to go. But the queen said, sorry father, I'm not going without Madan Mohan. I'm much more attached to Madan Mohan, to my new husband. So either Madan Mohan come with me to Karoli, or either I'm not going to move from him. And then the father had to think really, she was really attached. And when you're attached, you know, you don't let go of anything. But here it's good, she was attached to Madan Mohan. So the father said, okay, I will make a test to see if you are really attached and if you really know Madan Mohan. I will put you in a room where there will be thousands of Radha Krishna deities. And I will blindfold you. And you will have to find Madan Mohan. If you find the real Madan Mohan, then you can take him with you to Karoli. The princess went back to her room and was crying. How will I find Madan Mohan? It's so many deities. And then in the night she got a dream. And Madan Mohan appeared to her and she said, don't worry. When you touch the deities and you will find one of the deities will have a warm and soft body. And I will break my flute. I will move a little bit my hands that the flute will be broken, and this deity, you will know it's me. So the next morning, the princess was touching all the deities, and then, this one is warm, this is Madan Mohan, this is Madan Mohan, and then she could take Madan Mohan with her to Karoli. That's one of the story. There was another story that later on, when the deities was in Karoli, and that's also a very nice story. There was a Muslim postman who was one day had to bring a letter to the Goswami, who was there taking care of Madan Mohan. There were also definitely some priests, not only the princess, but the priests. The deities got a temple. And the postman was Muslim, and he went to bring a letter to the Goswami. And when he passed in front of the temple, he just got a glance inside to Madan Mohan. And he got fully attracted, and he looked at him, and then he felt, but I'm a Muslim. The deities in Muslim tradition are not at all welcome. And let's look somewhere else. So he brought the letter to the Goswami Ji, and when he passed back by front of the temple again, could not stop looking at the deity. And then something amazing happened to him. He will see the deity everywhere. He will see the deity all the time, everywhere. And some loving feelings were coming in his heart, and he felt, what should I do? I'm now, how you say, I'm now I'm a bad guy toward the Muslim tradition. I'm doing something really wrong. And what happened is the Muslim people started to know about this attraction, so they rejected him totally from his Muslim tradition. So he thought, okay, then let's go and take shelter of Madan Mohan. But when he came to the temple, they say, you are Muslim, get out of here. So he had nowhere to go. And he started to fast. He said, I will fast to death. My life is now useless. And one night, after 3 days, Madan Mohan said, I have to do something. Because that's something very, very beautiful in the relationship between the devotee and the Lord. Is a two-way love. It's a two-way loving relationship. And Bhakti has this ability to attract the Lord and attract the devotee. So both become attracted to each other. And the Lord felt, I cannot leave my devotee fasting like this. It's already 3 days, I have to organize something. So he made some arrangement. He told, he did like this actually. He himself disguised as a young boy and took the silver plate of the temple, took all the Mahasweet of the temple, and he went in the disguise of a Brahmana boy to this Muslim devotee. And he said, you cannot fast anymore, Please take, this is Mahasweet from Madan Mohan, this is a small token that the Lord is loving you and thinking of you, please break your fast, eat this food. And the Muslim went, definitely I will be happy to break the fast with the maha of my beloved. But what about this silver plate? I will be accused to have stolen this silver plate. And the boy said, don't worry, tomorrow morning, Mangala Arati, you go and bring the silver plate back. And in the night he appeared to the king, and he said, this is tomorrow the silver plate will come back, don't worry, don't look for the responsible, and whoever bring the silver plate back, you have to accept him as my most intimate devotee. So the next morning the Muslim devotee was coming back with the silver plate, and he saw at Mangalarati before the temple was the main pujari and the king waiting, and he thought, oh my God, here I will get the sauce. But when he arrived close to them, they welcomed him in the temple and they accepted him as the Lord most intimate servant. And so two nice story that explain this relationship with the deity, and this is available for every one of us, and even simultaneously every one of us can have a very deep and very beautiful relationship with the deities. And this was happening also to Sanatana Goswami. When Sanatana Goswami was going on Madhukari, he came to this family of brahmanas who had this deity of Madan Mohan, and all he had the same. While looking at the deity, he just fell in love, and he was trying to repress it. He thought, how can I worship Madan Mohan? I have no even if they will give me the deity that I love, I have no money. I cannot do a proper worship. He was trying to repress his love to the deities. He was actually going to this house. He did not care for Madhukari. His only idea was, I want to see Madan Mohan, I want to see Madan Mohan. And what happened when you repress something, what is happening? It grows bigger, it grows bigger, it grows bigger. And this was growing in the heart of Sanatana Goswami, and this was growing in the heart of Madan Mohan as well. And then Madan Mohan was also thinking, I want to be with Sanatana, I want to be with Sanatana Goswami. And what was happening to him was the same. He was seeing Madan Mohan everywhere, all the time, all the time, all the time. He was seeing the deity. I know one very dear devotee of Radha Madan Mohan here in Golokadam had once this experience. He was visiting Vrindavan, and every temple he will go to take darshan, he will see Madan Mohan. He will see Radha Madan Mohan. They were there appearing in front of his eyes. Myself, when I did not know if I should join this temple or not, I was praying, please, Madan Mohan, if you want me to do service here, please give signs. And one day I had to drive to see my Guru Maharaj in Leipzig for a 12-hour kirtan, and I wanted to ask my Guru Maharaj what he thinks, if I should come here or not. And in the drive, while driving, all the time, Madan Mohan, the deity of Madan Mohan, was appearing in my consciousness, and I also felt, okay, this is a sign that I should take up this service. So what I want to say here is very, very important in this festival, that we hear as much as possible, contemplate, but at the same time try to pray. The prayer is the best bridge and the easiest bridge to connect with the deities, to spend time in front of them, maybe when there are not so many people around, eventually to speak to them. You can even speak to them in a loud voice, maybe not too loud that everyone hears, but you can speak like you speak to a friend. They will love it very much. They will look at you and say, really? Really? You acknowledge I'm a person? Really? They will feel very, very happy. This is a beautiful way also to connect with the deity. So that was the main point I wanted to do today. The day we know Krishna, or we have a deeper relationship with him, the attitude of service will be naturally there. We will naturally want to serve him. We will naturally be very happy in service, and to develop this understanding of Krishna, this deep reflection on Shastra, and especially on hearing about Krishna, and developing a deep relationship with Radha Madan Mohan. I don't know if you have any questions, any comments.
Thank you that you've told us to contemplate about what we heard from devotees.
Welcome. Okay, then we'll stop here. I thank you for all coming. I wish for all of us who have a leading service or who have a huge amount of service in their head, I wish that we can all collaborate very nicely and all be in this loving feelings of serving the deities and serving the Vaishnavas. And I wish you all a wonderful festival. And this evening, His Holiness Sachinandana Swami will come. We start the festival. Please double check on the schedule. I'm not fully sure which time we start, but we are 4 o'clock or 5? 5, okay. So thank you for being here. We wish you a wonderful festival. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Karantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.